Practicing 5 forms bring benefit to the self, emerges beautiful sanskars, vibrations, but also we can serve the world. So today we give Sakash through each form. Let us start with our eternal form as a soul, completely pure, peaceful, loveful. So while practicing this form, I receive the rays of purity, rays of peace, rays of power from Baba, and share with the world. In this eternal form, sharing Sakash will help the souls to feel invocation of purity. It will inspire souls to go to their eternal stage of peace and love. So for a few moments, we will give Sakash through our eternal form. Pure attitudes, pure thoughts, pure drishti, very peaceful, loveful. And now, from the original form, bestower of divinity, bestower of blessings, blessings of powers, and all virtues. And from this original form, it creates pure feelings, love, and bhavna towards these forms. feelings of devotion and worthiness of being worshipped. The life of a lotus, eyes seeing but being detached like lotus eyes. And then from my Brahman image, inspiration to study. As a Brahmin, to sustain the yajna, protect the yajna, but also make efforts to be like an angel, completely free, very close to God, and through every thought, bestow upon everyone God's love and God's message, and return to the eternal stage.
Om Shanti, welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today's date second, pilgrimage of remembrance. Be a great donor. We'll be listening from Mohini Didi now.
Om Shanti. Just think when you came to Baba, you heard knowledge and just connect with that at that time. What was your seeking? What were you looking for? And what actually brought this kind of contentment that this is for me and this is what I want? Some like the lifestyle, some like meditation, some like knowledge. Everyone had a different experience in the beginning. And then we heard the main message and Baba's main message of that this is the time that world will be changing. And in that change, there will be two aspects. Change will have two aspects, and God has three divine acts. And two aspects is one is that the old world, iron aged world will end. And we use the word destruction, but actually it is transition. And the new world will begin, divine, golden aged, world of peace, world of love. And also, God has three divine acts to perform. One is first creation, establishment, and second, as Baba puts it, is the destruction, and then is sustenance, or establishment, sustenance, destruction. Now, there are some, those who were little bit like, okay, world is going to finish now. So one is to have distaste. Other maybe some carried little fear. And most of us, I think, were more inspired for coming world. Our life will be happy life, peaceful life. There will be harmony, divinity. Everything will be natural. It appealed, right? Because there are many, many until now, they say, if there is no sorrow, how will you experience happiness? So they still believe that there has to be contrast. Mm. So that means if you do not have pain, how will you know that you are free from pain? So some still believe in that way. At least for me, you all can think about yourself. I did believe that there is life which is completely free from sorrow. There is life which is just peaceful without any vices. So whatever different uh, explanations about golden age, everyone will be divine. The kingdom will be like family. King and queen will like be your parents. All the concepts which we heard about golden age actually inspired us. And because of that, we start studying. And naturally, there were distaste for many things. And then, with the practice of soul consciousness, the renunciation also began. Like I loved purity. I always had believed in family life, always, because that is was considered to be normal, safest, especially for women. But I always, as soon as I heard, and one of the appeal was that God Himself is asking us to live a pure life because the power of purity is required to bring transformation in the world. I know that many scholars and older people will say, but this is not the age for purity. So Baba used to say to us that as householder in Patha Bhakti, it was expected, the average age of 100 or whatever, then the first part up to 25 is when you are pure, celibate, then you are householder, then you are vanprasthi, and then you are a renunciate completely, you leave. So the first part they think of celibacy, you study, take care of your life, good intellect is required. So for that it's good not to get into any physical relationships, but concentrate. Then householder, so you have children, you have family. And time comes where one prestige you are staying at home, but you only get involved where it is necessary. It is more like, you come, children, grandchildren will consult you about things, but they will take care of the family. And in the end, you just totally leave it. So, but who does now these days, these principles? That's what we used to say that Baba, God is asking us to live pure. So there was a kind of purpose in living the life of purity. Even as I said, some of us really love it, but also the purpose was ignited that Baba wants to use our power of purity. And I really loved that concept. And I said, of course, if this life is for Baba and God is our creator and He's asking us to live a pure life because He wants that power of purity, like Baba says that incorporate these hermits, they live the life of purity. And world had the support of that purity of hermits. But now generally even that purity is not there. So it's not from the older people, it's not from the any hermits and them. So I said, yeah, and then we are the ones who have to come forward and offer God our power of purity. So actually the main attraction, motivation was to create the life, make the life which is divine, pure, of service, some purpose, divine, but also to be cooperative in creating such a world with God. I don't remember, maybe I am not able to recall when some of you that there was fear of destruction. It looks so normal, destruction in the sense anything which gets old, it dies, look at the trees, the nature. Time comes, it blossoms fully, then it leaves drop, things change, then again it starts from the seed. Because eternity is there. So those of us we know understand eternity, we know that it will never happen. That world, no one will be in the world, but transformation will happen. So there are many concepts, but the main what I want to share today is about that it's not the fear that because of fear we became pure, because of fear we are doing meditation or but one thing definitely is important when there is emphasis on having more attention on practices, more attention of longer meditation. more attention of bodiness stage is because of we are ready for whatever is the time and the circumstances are. I give you example of Brahma Baba. In the beginning, whatever social upheavals happen is one thing, but when there was partition of the country, so there was lot of communal riots, and it was like really question of saving your self-respect. And whenever they have this religious kinds of conflicts, they are very bad, especially for men was they have to fight, but for women to protect themselves. And there are about 240, 200 some, more than 240 sisters. So Baba told them, if you are all in soul consciousness and you are in remembrance of Baba, no one will ever be able to look at you with body conscious drishti, because sometimes it's not the vices, but even if somebody is looking at you in body consciousness, the vibrations are very bad, right? That is why Baba has given us a uniform and simplicity that if anyone looks, they say these are our sisters, our mothers. They are like goddesses. That bhavna emerges. Mm. So simplicity and purity, of course. So Baba gave some practices to them, or sometimes they did many hours of yoga bhakti to prepare them to overcome the situation where their self progress happened because of long hours of yoga. It became like a bhakti burning. But then on the other side, the protection also came, right? And must have contributed towards some peace at that time. So same is at present time. There are many types of critical situation. It's a critical time. It's not Baba is saying, or we have to think, oh, now I have to do long meditation because world is going to end. I'm not doing for that. But because I have to be prepared for two things. One is that whatever situations, circumstances are challenging, of violence, of many different situations, I am able to pass with honor. But also I am preparing to be in angelic stage to serve. I am also preparing for my final journey to home, which is stage of karmatit, stage of perfection. So if we are making extra effort and paying attention to have more yoga, and that also at present time, yes, we need to have timetable in the morning, Amrit Vela. Many have started from 3:30 to 5. Some are giving sakai, some are doing bhakti for themselves. Many share with me. So there is no fear in that, because some think that, oh, I don't want to meditate because of fear. Of course not. You can meditate. It's the love. It's my own purpose of life. And you want to do that. That is why even our remembrance is not because I am in difficulty. Because I am in difficulty, but there is so much I receive through remembrance. Let's say situation happened and I keep thinking about it. For me, no, let me remember Baba. So I am clear, other person's vibrations can change. Whatever inner exchange we need, of helping each other, forgiveness, all that happens in Baba's remembrance. So for me, I just had developed this and I love it that immediately stop, remember Baba. First, for your own calmness, clarity, what is my next step? And then the vibrations of that remembrance definitely help others also. So I am not remembering Baba because I am scared or I have fear. But then Baba has given me aim, all of us, that I have to leave this body in remembrance of Baba. From external situations, from your own body, when I am in bodiless stage. And then of course there might be certain situation where I will need bodiless stage. Many times it happens. I remember once we were traveling from London to here, got in the plane and they say it's not going. When it's going, they said, we don't know, maybe tomorrow. So we had whole day at the airport and then suddenly this fire alarm practice or fire alarm came on. So you have to be wherever you are, right? So it was 2-3 hours. Bhumi Van was with me. I was on wheelchair, and that wheelchair person was very nice person. Sisters, you all stay wherever. I will be always with you. And so then we had to move. Then anyway, finally there was one flight in the evening. They put us in that. We arrived late in New York. But for body not to be affected to an extent, it gets affected in the sense of it's tiring, and especially when you're not moving much. Even they gave us, coupons for food, all that, which we keep giving to others. But I find that because at that time, just be bodiless. So whatever externally is happening is not going to affect your body because your mind is not affected. I find that when you get impatient with the time, even if there is no physical difficulty, your body start aching. Oh, I have to sit so many hours waiting. Now this your thought. Hmm. So practice of bodiless can be useful so many times. Or angelic form. Hmm. I always remember Brahma Baba's example that this person came, wanted to kill Brahma Baba, but he saw light and he couldn't do anything. He was scared. So angelic stage, so that you are free from any danger, but rather you also give the vision at that time. We are preparing ourselves to be messengers in such a way that even in a very difficult situation, my face is like Baba's child, blossoming, divine, and also I am serving all the time. Whether I have blessings in my hand or whether I say few words, or some people say, there was one group of people, one time we were stuck at airport. Can you meditate for us? I said, let's all do together. So our purpose of life is serving. Serving, whether it is from bodiless stage or it is from angelic stage. Service is really our ultimate. But then to remain prepared for serving, you have to remain safe, unaffected, isn't it? And for that, these images, Baba, forms, whatever form is required, become that within a second and stay in there. Sometimes we should practice each form for 10 minutes, just one. 1 second, we should be able to be in that, but stay in that for about 10 minutes. So, why I'm sharing this, that all this we're doing because we are motivated, inspired to culminate our spiritual journey by reaching to our final stage, whether it is seed form stage, whether it is karmatit stage, because wherever, whenever, finally I have to leave, return home. So we have to prepare for return journey, isn't it? And I'm not preparing for return journey because of fear of destruction, because that's my aim, that I have to go to mukti, liberation, and liberation in life. So it's love for Baba, it is love for the self, but fulfilling my aim and purpose of life, that what I have to be. So, like some souls are saying now, oh, I can't meditate long because of fear, I don't want to do it. Or whatever readiness we need, even in a physical way. Some say, no, but in past we did it, it was not necessary, it was not useful. I know that there is always discussion in Peace Village of how much food we should keep. Is it for 50 people, for 6 months, 3 months? And then also, of course, we keep putting stock together. And now they are 28, 30 there on a regular basis. And then few arrive, and some want to do personal retreat, and some Baba's children also go. So that means 50 per day. So it's like month and then 1 year, how many months stock we keep. So this kind of preparedness is not because of fear, but we have to be sensible, right? When there will be time, we won't get many things. That's fine too with us. We can manage with very simple minimum. And now whatever is there, we can still use it. Baba gave in Yagya so many practices, millet roti and buttermilk. And people were happy. I think we will be happy too, whatever is there. I sometimes tell them, if there is no food, at least put corn and make popcorns, right? And they are nice, no? We put different flavor. Make some sprouts from the beans if you can cook. So what I'm saying that we are preparing that as long as soul in the body, whatever little is needed for survival of the body. And if it is the time like this, you can manage and we should have it.
Y nosotros,
So again, we're not doing this from because of fear, but because that is the sensible way to say, how do I sustain soul? How do I sustain body? And then you need other resources like water, oil, electricity. So biggest place actually, the biggest retreat is Peace Village. So we have always questions on how much and what, and sensibly looking at what Baba says, what time is calling upon. So we prepare ourselves. Right? So look at your heart. What inspired me, why I came, and look at your spiritual journey. Not what we did until now, but now, next, how far I have come and where I have to reach, how much distance is there. We always, when we are in the car, oh, how much more time, how many miles more, right? Spiritual journey is also like that. If we all have set on spiritual journey, why we will not make it to reach to our eternal stage, to reach to our original stage? Soul consciousness and preparing for the new world. So, and especially now, as I was mentioning, that we all have to be very good instrument. That means if my yoga is good, my purity level is good, that not only Baba, but all the ancestor souls, whatever task they couldn't accomplish, they want to assign through us and get it done. So there is joy in that. You feel honored in that. There's no fear. Mm. Because when I heard this kind of like two groups, one is talking about that why we do it for fear. But also what I want to say is that now is actually that it's not just question of sitting and doing yoga. Very pure awareness, remembrance of Baba. Even like I find that, okay, if a situation happens or there is a scene in drama, I'm watching, I'm detached, but it's not possible. If I remember Baba, so there won't be effect, even if there will be very little. But I am observing, I am detached, but later on, somewhere, it emerges again. It's only through remembrance of Baba. Our mind has capacity where you are not influenced by anything. Otherwise, anything happened 30 years ago, 40, it could emerge, right? Because maybe we were detached, but it's only remembrance of Baba. So because I feel, I see the benefit, I see the difference is just to say I'm detached and be in remembrance is different, right? Detached to be in remembrance of Baba. Only detachment doesn't work. Detached to be in remembrance of Baba. So my intellect is not pulled into past or situations or any other things around me. So love for the efforts. Mm. And I like when Baba says confluence age is not only for efforts, but same time the reward and the fruition. I every moment really, really feel so much joy, inner fulfillment. I think that's the fruition, right? And Baba has kept us good. We all get to eat, we get fruit, we got everything, right? So it's not effort only. Effort and fruition is combined. I'm not only waiting for golden age and I say, oh, I will be very happy there. I say, if I am not happy here, how will I be happy in golden age? So I say, I am very happy. So in golden age, I am happy. So we're not waiting also for golden age, but we are preparing for golden age. You know, Baba always used to say, intizar. You don't wait, but intizam, arrange, prepare yourself. So I think we are making efforts is for love, is inner fulfillment, and knowing that we are on journey and we must reach to our goal, our aim, and our destination. And of course, knowing that Baba is our companion and Baba is helping us at every step. So why not? This part could also change of Baba, no? So now Baba is father, teacher, Sadguru, guide, friend. He still forgives, right? Time might come. He will say, no, no forgiveness now. So I'm taking benefit of every day of confluence age. And when we say short time, we're not saying tomorrow, day after. And distraction is not something. I mean, now we can know that it's very easily anything happen 1 million, 2 million. Before I used to say how. So we have to be ever ready, not because of distraction. We have to prepare ourselves during the time of distraction through our spiritual practices, but also we have to prepare ourselves for our coming world, which we have to welcome, we have to invoke, we have to prepare. So it's not fear, it's a lot of love, a lot of joy, and really, really one feels very, very fulfilling while making good efforts. Om Shanti.
get watery looking at these pictures? Don't worry, my family. All our efforts is bringing those days of complete happiness even closer.
That's right. In memory of our beautiful world, we will celebrate Golden Age Day every Friday. So, welcome to Golden Age Day.
Yes, don't forget to bring a Golden Age picture during our angelic dance.
Om Shanti, welcome to our Vyakti journey. Yes, Friday, Golden Age Day, stepping into our future divine kingdom. Let's see what our team has brought to us.
आप सभी राजकुमार राजकुमारियों की दरबार में जैसे बैठे हैं, ऐसे अपने को राजकुमार और राजकुमारियों के रूप में अनुभव करेंगे तो मजा आएगा आपको। तो स्वर्ग के बारे में सभी यही पूछने चाहते हैं, आखिर भी वहां है क्या जो इतनी स्वर्ग की महिमा है? तो है क्या? तो थोड़ी शब्दों में अगर स्वर्ग का वर्णन करें तो स्वर्ग वो दुनिया है जिसमें आप इस समय जो भी समझते हो ना, अच्छे से अच्छा ऐसा होना चाहिए। मानव शरीर के लिए आप सोचो तो अच्छे से अच्छा शरीर क्या होना चाहिए, वो आपके आगे आता है ना, भाई शरीर हो तो ऐसा हो। तो देवताई दुनिया में, स्वर्ग में जो तन है वो भी बिल्कुल एक एक अंग एक्यूरेट है। आप उसका नुक्स नहीं निकाल सकेंगे कि नहीं आंखें अभी ऐसी होनी चाहिए, नाक थोड़ा लंबा होना चाहिए, टेढ़ा होना चाहिए, सीधा होना चाहिए, ये आप नहीं निकाल सकते। तो तन में भी संपूर्णता है और दिव्यता है। अगर हम सब प्राप्ति हमको है तो खुशी हमारी नहीं जा सकती है। अप्राप्ति है तो खुशी नहीं। तो खुशी वहां इसीलिए निरंतर है क्योंकि वहां सर्व प्राप्ति है और इतनी प्राप्तियां हैं जो आप जो इमेजिन करते हैं ना, भाई ये होना चाहिए। जैसे मानो कोई घर बनाता है या हम सेंटर बनाते हैं, तो सेंटर बनाते हैं तो हम इमेज करते हैं, भाई सेंटर हम ऐसा होना चाहिए, उसमें ये भी होना चाहिए, ये भी होना चाहिए। जो मनुष्य को प्राप्ति की चीजें चाहिए वो समझो आपको स्वर्ग में जितनी आप सोचते हो ना उससे ज्यादा है। तो जब प्राप्तियां ही इतनी है तो वहां खुशी ना हो ये तो कोई सवाल ही नहीं उठता है। तो मन की शांति है, मन में खुशी है, ऐसा ही मन हम सब चाहते हैं।
Om Shanti. So beautiful. Just looking at heavenly pictures brings such a heavenly feelings. So just imagine how heaven could be, right? So our dear Dadi Gulzarji shared many things about heaven because as we all know that she is trans messenger and she had seen many scenes in subtle regions, so she has explained to us. So this is what some of the glimpses from shared by her were presented in front of you. So now let's get our homework for tomorrow.
Let's all keep this in our awareness and become an embodiment of this woman. I, the soul, am worthy of worship. I am a special soul who always follows Baba Srimat.
Yes, I am a special soul who follows the Father Srimad, worthy of worship soul. So now it's time for us to say good night and goodbye to Baba and each other. But now Didi will share and say good night, goodbye. One more thing, all translators, could you please come back to Avyakti Parivar Zoom line after we end this call? Thank you very much.
Baba says that give congratulations to everyone, to those who are listening, those who are in the team, to translators, everyone. And Baba says saying congratulations is like blessings. So just now thought came about Baba's versions that we say congratulations for making good efforts, for all the cooperation, whatever everyone is doing. And that means Baba's blessings to move forward. And I am really delighted wherever I meet any team, whether team of translators or others, everyone is so happy. There is no word like tired, but really they look very enthusiastic and want to continue. We have still lockdown and schools might be closing again. Some places it's happening. So stay cautious and well, go out only when it's necessary. Go at the places which you feel are very safe, because recently one of the family, Brahmin family, they got infection. So I want everyone, all of us, to stay well and also very safe. Don't be careless. Still wear your mask and have social distancing, sanitizer, wash hands properly. Take care of yourself. So we are making efforts with love, preparing ourselves for the transition of the world. Om Shanti. Let's remember Baba now. Shanti. Good night, everyone. Om Shanti. Good night.